Do you want to get better at backgammon? One of the best ways to do it is by practicing against the software such as Extreme Gammon or XG. It has a lot of useful features that can help you learn and improve. And in this video, Diego Rosenfeld joins me to play a match against XG. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. Again, in this video, it's my great pleasure to welcome Diego Rosenfeld. Hello.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for having me on your channel. I'm a big fan.
My pleasure. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today?
Great. I've been looking forward to this match against XG.
That's great, great. Happy to have you. And now we have a group of people. Hopefully we can do some more matches, play, have fun, and learn. And you're joining us from the Boston area, is that correct?
Yep, cold Boston. Technically about 15 minutes north of Boston. Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, it's cold this time of year. We're in January.
Yeah. We had about 2 or 3 inches of snow last night.
Okay,
Plowable snow, which is rare these days.
very good. And before we started, you told me you've been playing backgammon your whole life, but you started playing backgammon more seriously in the last few years. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say the last 2 years I've sort of dedicated myself to getting better, using XG, playing in a club nearby, started up some lessons, playing Backgammon Galaxy, read books. Still have a long way to go, but enjoying the journey.
Yeah, those are all great ways to improve. So that's fantastic. All right, so we're going to be playing a match against XG. We're playing on a beautiful FM Gammon Talat board with a custom gray, black, and white inlay. This is actually one of the surfaces I have on my Talat board. The XG board was made by Rain. He makes beautiful XG boards. There's a link in the description of where you can get it. You'll be playing the yellow checkers at the bottom, XG, the red checkers at the top. It'll be a 3-point match. Most important thing is to have fun. Number 2 is to learn. You're welcome to consult with me. I might ask you some questions. The final decision is up to you. Here we go. Okay, so 5-2 splits and brings one down. Now 2-1.
Yeah, okay. Let's split to the 23 and come down to the 11.
Yeah, this does a lot, like it triplicates the 6-4. You notice that? So like
Yep.
if you were red and you rolled a 6-4 next, what would be your choices that you'd be thinking of?
If I don't making the bar point, I'd say, or hitting on the 23,
Or you can even
or
make the,
running. Yeah.
yeah, or
Yep.
running, yeah, or you can hit, yeah, you can hit on the 23, yeah. Okay, so good. Now another 5-2. Do the same thing. Okay, double one.
Okay, double one. I think what I'm gonna do is make my 5 point here,
Okay.
and then this is interesting. I think I may come up with my 23 checker to the 20. I'm
You want to
thinking
look at it? You want to look
21.
at this?
I'm thinking the 21 at this point. Yep.
What was your other consideration?
I was thinking about maybe anchoring, but I don't like anchoring right now on the 23 point at this point because I'm not under a whole lot of threats and we've got sort of stacked points for my opponent. So I was thinking just to continue the split here and maybe anchor up on the next roll.
One of the things I've learned is like with doubles, there are usually many more good options than non-doubles. So you kind of look at your priorities. And I think, like, I agree. The first thing is making the 5 points. So that's the best use of the first two. And then the other two, it's like, what do you want to do? So one of the things people say is, avoid splitting against big stacks and 10 in the zone because like large doubles can be crushing. However, here you have a 2 point board versus a 1 point board, so that makes it a little bit more safe. The other option would be like maybe playing 11-10 to have another builder for the 4 point. However, I think if you do that, you'll have to either play like this, which is awkward, or play like this, which makes a double 5 crushing. So yeah, I think I agree. And this provides better outfield coverage over here. Okay, good. Now 5-1. Okay, it's loose. So here, do you want to roll or do you want to think about doubling?
Uh, I am not ready to double yet, so let's roll.
Roll, okay. Double 2, okay. So that's the first one.
Yep, okay, and then what I'd like to do is make the 4 point. I believe I can do that here.
That. Yeah, very good. Okay. And now if red does not come in, would you double?
Huh. If red doesn't come in, would I double? Yes.
3-2 comes in. So here, you want to still roll?
So we've got the opponent has made the butterfly anchor. They've got a 1 point board. Gosh, if I make that bar point, they're going to be into a little bit of a bad situation. I don't know, Alex. What do you think?
So I look I look at all these aspects, they say like position, race, threats, score. So as you know, the simplest thing is the race, and it's displayed here. So we're behind in the race, so that's not in our favor. However, in terms of the position, as you mentioned, I look at how many checkers each player has back. Each has two back. You have the split checkers, and red has the anchor. We have a 3 point board versus a 1 point board, so that's big. There's a blot on the board on the other side. In terms of the outfield, both players have the 8 point. We have this extra one here. So I feel like we're a favorite in the position. Are we going to be winning a lot of gammons? Maybe not with this anchor, but maybe so if we, somehow hit this checker or hit another loose blot. And then the other thing is threats. So as you mentioned, if you make the bar point, that's going to be a solid advantage. So how many rolls make that? So there's the 6-4, and then there's like double 3 and double 6, right? Anything else make it? And I mean, I'm not including
Yeah,
double
the
1.
6-1 is going to open up the blot, so we're not
Right.
doing
You
that.
want to keep
Yeah,
this. So double 1 and 6-1 don't count. So 6-4, double 3, and double 6 do that. So that's 4 numbers. That's not a whole lot of numbers. The other thing is the score. At 3 away, you want to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of doubling. But I just don't think we have enough threats. Even
yeah,
though the other thing is like red's position is going to be awkward. So like I just think about what are the awkward numbers for red next. So like if red rolls a 6-5, something's got to give, right? Or like a 6-3 is awkward. There are a lot of awkward numbers next for red. So that might be part of the market losing sequences, the second roll. But I think it might still be premature. It'll be
yeah,
nice to learn, but we'll see
yeah,
in the analysis. But for now, we'll take a roll, yeah?
yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Double 3. Okay, so that was one of them, right?
Yep,
Like that. Okay, so
yep.
now 5-2. Okay, so now,
Yeah, I mean, now I would double.
okay. If you were red, would you take?
I would, if I were red, I would drop.
Yeah. That's the thing. They say like Woolsey's law. I've had Kit Woolsey on several times. He says if you're not sure if it's a take or a pass, then you should certainly double. I mean, of course we have this six prime, but the race is close. Red is actually ahead in the race, and there's still a long way to go. So we'll double and we'll see what happens. Okay, take. Okay, so now 6-5.
Okay. The 6-5. I'm just looking at all my options here. I feel like I want to run from the 21 to the 10. Like that's my initial thought here.
What are there any other plays you would consider?
Yeah, maybe go. Okay, you went back there. I could go move from the midpoint, and create some builders on the 7 or 8. But do I need those builders right now? I don't know. I don't think so, is what my sort of instinct is telling me. If I move the 23 point up to the bar point, what am I going to do with the 6? I can go from 11 to 5, but again, I don't, that's not a direct shot to hit me on the 11 point. I've just opened up more hits for my opponent. So I'm going to go, I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to go 21 to 10 right now and
Yeah,
see
I,
what
I
happens.
would agree. I think like you mentioned, like this is creating builders, but when I think about this, I think to myself, well, builders for what? Because he already has this point. What are you trying to build? You don't really want to build behind it.
That's
So
right.
they're not of that great value. And this one puts maximum pressure keeping this goalkeeper back. So now, like, even if he rolls like a 6-1, he's not gonna hit, he's gonna make the bar point, right? And with the 6-2, he might hit, but he's in big trouble. Uh,
Yep.
okay. 6-2. There.
Oh, yep. That was a
Now,
risk.
a lot of return shots. Okay, here we go. 3-1. Okay, so the 3 is forced.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to move the midpoint. I'm not going to move my blot on the 10 point.
Right.
So that's not going to happen. So I think it's really about my back checkers, of whether I'm going to make the butterfly anchor or keep the split going. Huh. I It's a tough one. I think I'm going to make. Gosh, I feel like I want to continue the split here. I mean, maybe just come up to the 21 at
Like
this
that.
point in time.
Yeah, one of the things I think about is like when there are blots by both players, there's a potential hitting exchange, right? So here we have a 3-point board. That's the best 3-point board. And red has a 2-point board that's effectively the worst 2-point board that you can have with owning the 6-point. Paul Weaver calls it the naked ace point. So if there were a hitting exchange, who do you think would be a favorite?
I would, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why you're not so afraid, and you have this strong prime. So that's I think that's what I do. You like this play? Continuing?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll take a look at the analysis. Okay, and now we have another guest, Gerald Whitehouse, joining us. Hello, Gerald.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Diego.
Welcome. So there was a little bit of confusion in terms of the start time, so we'll continue the rest of the match as a consulting doubles with
Okay.
Gerald and Diego. So we just rolled a 3-1 here from the bar. So we came in with the 3 and decided on continuing with the 1. What are your thoughts on this while you're here now?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was probably right. Anchoring up is obviously quite nice. But where's the other where's the other 6? And you don't want
So
to give
the
him
3 is
6.
forced, and now you have a 1 to play.
Yeah, I think that's the right move. Move it up.
Very good.
Yeah.
And we've already doubled here. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Now double 1. Okay, it's gonna hit. Okay. Now 4, 3. So here's the 3.
Gerald, you can take first crack at this.
Yeah, your turn, Gerald.
Okay, we'll have a look at options. So we have a 4 to play. So we could big, nice aggressive. Well, I suppose you've got to keep our 5 prime. So 7-3 is probably not the best move. Try and find the better 4. Yeah. So that's one option. Bring another builder in. 10-6 another option. Bring one down. Bring one out. So lots, yeah, lots of choices. So which is the right one? So what's the score? What are
0-0.
We're behind in the race.
Yes, sir.
So, okay. Yeah, but I had to ponder that. Diego, do you have a
Well, the
clear
3,
vision?
let's put the 3 there, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's either we're going to move it up to the 18. That's a lot of shots, that's over 20 shots to get us there. I feel like I like 10-6, to be honest with you, and see if we can, in the next roll, if the opponent doesn't escape, then maybe we can hit him and sort of roll the prime forward. That's
Yeah.
that's my thought.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the right answer is, but the downside of this is that we're our 2 yellows are in a blitz, under, pretty much under the cosh, aren't they? They're going to be whacked. But what am I doing 2? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. I'll go with that. Go on, Diego. I'll go with that.
Okay.
Fine.
See
Very
what
good.
happens. Yep.
Now 5, 2. Okay, look
There
at
we
that.
go.
Pretty awkward. All right, and
Well,
now
you've lost an army, haven't you, Alex?
yes.
So I think that's a victory for us.
Okay, so 5,
And
1. That's the 5. And what are the options with the 1?
step up, I would, Diego. Would you?
Yep, I would too. Get some
Yeah.
daylight there for 6. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now 6, 4. Okay, play safe. And now we've already doubled. Double 5.
Well, I think we bop him on the 3, 8-3. And I think we could come down, make a 6 prime. How about you?
Yep, I'm with you.
Good. Good team.
Any other moves you'd like to take a look at or consider?
No, not really.
I mean, we can always run one of the back checkers out from the 20
Could make a
point.
6 prime. I don't think there's a
Yeah.
choice here.
But I'm with Gerald here. I always feel comfortable with the 6 prime here.
What about something like this to blitz, which will increase the gammons, which win the match at this score?
Oh, would
As
win the
opposed,
match in
okay,
the score.
as
Yeah.
opposed to the 6 prime.
Yeah, so I guess you play like this and then consider the next 2, whether you're going to make the 2 point or the 8 point. Of course, the 2 point
Okay.
doesn't make a full prime, but it does make a 5 prime and a 5 point board.
Yeah.
It's pretty compelling. I mean, we can, because we've doubled, right? If we get a gammon. But what are the gammon chances here with 1 checker on the roof here?
I mean, that's a good question. When I think about it, I don't necessarily calculate it, but I know it's a heck of a lot more with this position than with this position. this is only a 4-point board. So it's much more likely that there are 20 numbers that come in versus 11. And then with the number that comes in, red can kind of bring things down or in to save some gammons.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for pointing this out, Alex. I like the. I think the 5-point board makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Let's have a look at it, shall we? Yeah. So 1-6 escapes. We still bop him.
Yeah, and I think we still can protect the outfield if if our opponent gets like a 1-6, or something like that. We can still come down with the midpoint and maybe knock him back.
Yeah, it does put a lot of pressure. So let's think about like how all of the entering roles play. Well, you mentioned the 6-1. How about 5-1? Well, 5-1 is okay because it can bring this here. But what about 4-1, 3-1, 2-1? Those are really awkward.
Yeah, yeah. I think I like this move better, the one that
Like it?
Alex pointed out.
Well, there you
I
go.
tell people sometimes I'm wrong. So you like this one?
Yeah,
You
well,
like this?
I'm with you and Alex. I think I just didn't see it, and
Okay.
I'm just happy to make a 6 prime, and
Yep.
just leave it at that without looking for the other alternatives. So there we
That's
go.
the nice thing about
I would,
consulting. Yeah, you have more eyes on it.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
double 3, and now we've already doubled. So 5-4.
I'm tempted to just move the 22 out.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Diego?
I like that too. I think the alternative is, I don't know, coming down from the midpoint and start to bring ammunition over to close out the east point there. But I guess, maybe we have time to do that later, and maybe we can get that 22 to safety.
You
Now.
might be right. It might be good to split the midpoint in case red gets a 1-6 or something. We could do with probably a bit more ammo. So
So if he
maybe
rolls a 1-6-1 and comes in, this is 20
yeah.
numbers that hit a shot, but over here there's 17 numbers, so 3 extra numbers.
Mhm.
The
Well,
other
from there,
option, yeah, if you play like this, now double 5 makes
sure.
the ace point next. You see that?
Yeah.
Double 5 and double 6 make it next.
Hmm.
But I think this is XG has taught us to make this play. You really need to get this one out.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do that, Gerald.
Okay.
What do you think?
Double
Yep.
6. All right. Now 6-1.
So we slot the 7, and and then shuffle up to 5, and leave a 1-6.
The
Yep.
other, yep, and the other play is just going from 20. Is playing safe
Well, you
here.
don't want to do that really. I wouldn't. We'd go to 14 maybe, and then 6-5. And
like
spread
that.
our love a bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think we slot. Got more chance of gammon if we slot. If we get hit, he's only got a 3-point board.
Right. So
I mean
if
what about you, Diego?
Yeah, I mean, I can see the merit. I can see the advantages here, trying to close out our opponent potentially here. I guess even if we get hit on the 20 point, our opponent's board isn't very good. It seems pretty fractured at this point in time. So I don't know. Alex, any final thoughts here for us?
one thing I noticed is say you play like this, and then he rolls a 3-1 to come in and hit here. First of all, there are 11 5s as well as 3-2 to come in. So that's 13 numbers to hit. However, the other thing is notice that sixes and fours are diversified, meaning say we get hit and we're on the bar, we cannot come in with a six nor a four over here. However, on the opposite side, we have sixes and fours that work perfectly here. So that means 6-3, 6-2, 4-3, 4-2 become really good numbers that don't necessarily hit here. So the rolls are diversified. Additionally, when you play the 6-5, whether or not you play 20-13 or 13-7, once you play the 6-5, now double four will close the board in addition to double six. When you play this, you also have a 6-4. So now there are four numbers that close the board. And also, there are many other numbers that make the full prime. So a lot of things to think about. I mean, it's like you're going to win more gammons if you close the board, right? But how many
Yep.
gammons are you going to win if you just bring things home pretty safely? So you have to like weigh the risk and the reward.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with Gerald's move here. I like the
Which was this
aggressive
one?
play here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, looks good. Okay. 5-4 missed. 6-3. Okay.
Right. I think yeah, bring 2 down from the 13.
Right. You agree, Diego?
Yep.
Okay, very good. 6-3. Okay, 5-4.
Okay. Then we bring the boy out.
Like that.
Yeah. And down to 11. Oh, 10, 10, 10, well, 10, 6.
10-6.
Yeah, get more ammo to hit. Yeah.
And then out. Another
Yeah.
option would be to just slot it immediately to give you more options to make.
Yeah, this is true.
But you really don't want to get hit here.
Yeah.
You guys
I
like
like
this one?
that.
This one.
I
Yeah.
think this is a good balanced move here.
Yes. Good. Okay. 6-4. Now 5-4. So now we close the board.
Yep, I
Okay.
guess so.
So going for the gammon, 5-4.
Just bring it in or clear the 7.
Like this.
Yeah.
And do you want to do that,
we,
Gerald? Because
well,
you want to create even numbers and those are on the 6 and 5?
Yeah, I seem to remember from Roland Herrera and Mishi's book that if you if you're not against a 1-point board, you try and make a mountain in the middle. So you're looking for your spares on the 6-5 or the 6-5 or the 5-4-3. So maybe 7-4 and 15-10.
Well, it would be 7-3.
Is that a good concept, Alex? The sort of mountain in the middle against when it's clear?
Yes, there are multiple things that you need to consider. Of course, that to play safely, but also we want to win a gammon here. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
when you're trying to win a gammon, obviously the way you win a gammon is by bearing off all of your checkers before your opponent bears off any. So in this situation, you want to bear off as many checkers as you can before you open the board to allow the opponent to come in. So in those cases, it's usually best to have them on the high points so that you can do that. So, and then you think about your next roll. So like if you go here, all your rolls are technically safe, but this one is going to be somewhat of a liability. If you play like this, yeah, sure, double six leaves a shot, but you do put the checker on here. The downside is if you roll a 6 from here, you're going to have to play deep. But I think it's got to be here, and you can play the 4 here, or you can play the 4 in. You're gonna win a decent number of gammons with one on the bar and these 5 checkers still out. So I think it might be close, but I certainly think that the 5 is down here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
7-3, Diego.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I just don't want to get that double 6 and leave a shot there.
Well, this is okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go with this.
Okay. 5-4.
So if we're looking to we use the double six, not leave a good double six. So 10, 10, 5. That's gonna leave. That's trouble. So that's well, that leaves a double six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
I mean,
this
how
one? What's
important
worse?
is it? How important is not to leave double sixes in this in structuring?
Well, it's 1 out of 36, so you have to think about like what are the other ones. So like say you do this, it's double six, 6, 5, 6, 4, double 5.
Yeah.
There are many numbers. What
Yeah.
about here?
I
Okay,
think
here it's
even
double 6 and double 5, but
I
that's it.
think even odd is a better structure from what I recall from reading some of these books.
Yes. So like here it's odd, then even. So the fact that these 2 points are stripped means that rolls like 6, 5, and 6, 4 will leave a shot, as well
Yep.
as double 6, double 5, and double 4.
Right. So
Well,
try
double
and
4
go
will not.
even odd.
Yeah.
So how
So
do we do that?
like
So
this. This is like this. This is even on the top and odd. So you
okay.
just count the numbers. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
3, 2.
Strip the well, yeah. I'd strip the 5.
Like that.
Gammon. You take it off for the gammon.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Now 4, 1.
Well, either take another one off and leave a gap, or clear from the rear and 6, 1, 4, 5. A 6 probably if he gets a 6 and out, he probably won't. We'll miss our gammon. Will we miss our gammon? 2, 4.
I don't know how many rolls. It's like 4 rolls to get to your home board, right? From if you're on the bar, Alex, something like that,
Or crossovers, right?
or right?
So you can do like the crossover count. So this
Yeah.
is going to need 1 to come in, 2 to cross over, and then 4 more to cross these ones over, which is 6, and then 4 and 2, 6 more, which is 12, and then 1 to come off is 13 crossovers. But these are going to be long crossovers, so I think
Yeah.
you're still a favorite here.
Yeah, I feel like Gerald, we should clear from the rear here.
6. Okay.
Like this.
Oh, but then like a double 5, a double 6 is a problem here.
Yeah.
So what's the problem if we take one off and 4, 3?
It's
Then double 6 plays all right, double 5 plays all right. So what doesn't play right? 6, 2 is in trouble, and 6, 2 is in trouble. I think we're okay.
6, 1 is not great. 5, 1 is not great.
The 6, 1's all right. Well, you leave
It's
me.
all right immediately.
it just
Yeah.
creates the gap, and the gap creates problems for us in the future. That's
Well, I was
like
having a
my
look at
thinking.
what problems it creates. Yeah. Well, it's a good. It's a good. Go on then, Alex. What would you do?
I would clear from the rear.
Go on then. Let's do it.
Okay.
Right.
3, 2. All right. Double 6. It leaves a shot, but bears off 4 checkers. 3, 1 doesn't come in.
Yeah.
Now 4, 1.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, we're gonna come in on we're gonna bring in the
4
checker on the 4.
and shuffle up. We. Yeah.
You want to move the two? You want to go from 2 to 1 here and keep an even number?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'd go 2 to 1. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
this may be something technical and something small, but I think you'd prefer to
Oh,
have the spare here so you can play like this.
yeah.
But I think it's going to be a minuscule difference. So would you prefer 4 off, 2, 1, or 4, 3, 3 off?
1, 4, or 4. 1. Probably 4, 3, 3, and then 3 off. Actually, play 1 first. Yeah, it's a better structure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Double four. Okay, so that moves a lot of freight, but still have some hope here. 4-2. 6-1. Double
No.
five. Okay.
Let's get a
That'll
double
probably
here.
need a double here. No. Okay, so no gammon.
Almost.
Okay, so now it's the Crawford game. 6-4. And now 5-4.
Splitting down, I think. I mean, I would normally play. That's it. Yeah.
You agree, Diego?
I do.
Very good. Okay. 3-1 makes the point on head. Another 5-4. So there's the 4.
Well, you can either pop 2, 4, 6, 8 in the zone. We could run. How is that? 4, 5. We shot. I don't know. Well, I really don't know what the right move is. Do you, Diego?
Yeah. I mean, if we move to the 16 point, there's a lot of there's a big chance of getting hit, but we can circulate that checker maybe back in and get an anchor if we get hit, right? The other option is to hit on the 1. We don't have that much ammunition. I guess we got 9 checkers in the zone.
Yeah. I think I prefer this. The problem with coming out is that you bring more freight over to have a lot of boys in the zone, won't it? 240. You'll have so probably 10 in the zone. You have a very good blitzing. And he's got a 2-point board. He's got a 2-point board already.
Yeah, and I mean, and also, I mean, I think the chances of making, if the opponent hits us on the 21 point, they may end up stripping, I don't know, their 8 point.
Well, they can't point. They can't point on it if we hit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fancying the hit. What about? Should we go with it?
Sure. Let's do it.
All right.
Go on then, Alex. What's the pros approach on that?
I think I would have done that too. Yeah.
Okay.
5-4. So comes in and comes down. Now 3-1.
Yep. I think we've got to anchor up. That's my immediate
2, 4, 6.
My first idea
2,
there.
4, 6.
But I don't know.
9 in the zone, or we unstack and make the 5.
Or make the 5 point. Yep.
And 9. Because if we anchor up, where's the 1?
That's exactly my thought process. Like, you have to play the full roll. So what are you going to do? Leave another blot against the 2-point board and the 2 blots in your board?
Yeah, he's not got that much. He's only got 9 in the zone. It's not sort of heavy blitz situation. Yeah, he'd probably hit us, but
The other thing is that at this score, you don't worry about losing a gammon.
Yeah, and also he's made his 5 points.
Yes.
I'm in favour of making ours in preference to anchoring up.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Yep.
Okay. 4-2. Okay. Now 3-2 is good. We can.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I'd anchor here and not hit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. And this is not necessarily about saving gammons. It's about winning games. You don't want to leave so many blots everywhere.
Yep.
Okay. 3-2. Okay. Another 3-1.
Well, we can hit.
Yeah, but do we can we afford to have another checker? back behind our anchor.
Well, no, it's terrible. We either I mean, there's no good roll. You do 13-9 and leave a shot. 13-10 and shuffle up.
Mm.
Or
Or we
13-10.
could play like we could play move the 6 over to, you know, the 2
Oh, I
point.
see. Move it to 3 point. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't love that. I don't love that. But it doesn't leave a shot.
Yeah, but we're losing all structure, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right. The other possibility would be to play both of the 5 point. It's a little bit awkward. And then there's the one they call the lava blitz, which is like this. It creates 4 dancing numbers, leaves only 1 blot, but you lose your 5 point. So how important is it to hit? I don't know. I don't think it's that important to hit right now.
Yeah. So maybe Gerald, what do you think? Just play this to the 2 point and
Well, quite interesting. I think I'd rather come down. I'd rather come down and try and build some structure than leave 2 blocks. I'd rather, longer term. I think if we put 2 blocks in, we're absolutely stuffed for the rest of the game. He can play whatever he wants. But I mean, if we take the 13-9, we've got a good chance of all sorts of developments.
right. Okay,
From
but
there.
let's say Gerald, we do this. He can't hit us on the next roll, and then the next roll we hit, and make the 4 point. But then we've got that ace point sitting there. Is going to be a liability for us
On the 1 point.
hit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always going to be. But at least we haven't got 2 blocks.
I just don't think we can afford to have another back checker right now. I think that would be really detrimental for us, especially because there's a lot of ammunition, there's a lot of freight, as you guys say, coming around the corner here.
Yeah,
he
we
can
have
make
an
that bar point, and then we're SOL with 3 checkers back there.
Yeah, but we've got an anchor, and
Yeah, but it's the butterfly anchor, which is, we know that eventually we're going to be probably moving. I don't know if we're going to hold on to the butterfly anchor to the very, very end,
Okay.
looking
Alright.
for our shot.
I'm quite happy. We'll run with your suggestion. You've been good enough to run with mine a couple of times. We'll go with yours
Okay.
this time.
Okay. So which one, that was the
see what
6-2
happens.
like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Now 6-5 runs. Okay. Now 6-5.
Well, there we go. Well, I think we've got to start covering these blocks. So we go 13-2. Oh, 13-2. I don't think we got much choice, have we?
Well, you can also run with the 3 point anchor, which I know that, like, if you get a 6-5 and you're on the 3 point anchor, we should consider running with it.
Yeah, but we're miles behind in the race, and then you've got
Right.
14, you've got 13, you've got 12.
Oh, right.
You got
Okay.
12 in the zone whacking us.
Yeah. Okay.
I
That's a
wouldn't
good
leave.
point. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd go 13-2.
Like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm with you. Yep.
Okay. 5-4. Okay. Now 4-3.
Well, we could make the 1.
Yeah, we can cover the ace point
Yeah,
here.
and now we've got a 4 point board, and now try and make the 5 point board and a 6 point board, and then
Would you
Yeah.
consider 8-4 and then 13-10 trying to make a higher point?
Hmm.
Well,
I would consider that because we this whole game, I think, is predicated right now on us getting a shot and having hopefully a closed board. when that happens. And it feels like, at least visually to me, that this is going to increase our chances of making a closed board later on.
At the higher level. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where did you play that, Alex?
So 4 here, and then with the 3, you can continue to the ace point. You can
Okay.
bring one down, or you can play 8 to 5 even. But I think
you
that's the
could
4,
bring one
right?
down. Yeah. Yeah. So are we going to get? What's the likelihood of a shot next go? So,
Not very
there's
likely.
yeah, there aren't many shots that leave a blot, are there? Okay, well, I like this, Alex. What about you, Diego?
Well, we still have to play the 3, which is to come down from the midpoint, right? I think that's
yeah.
I like this. I think this gives us a lot of options, future options.
Yep.
Okay. 5, 4. Okay. Okay.
Right,
So
we've
now
got a
6.
block.
Yeah.
So a 6-8. Yeah,
6.
6-2 hits. Okay, and we had a 6-1. Okay,
So there's a 6, and then the 1 you want to just split like that.
I do. Yep.
Okay.
You happy with that, Diego? Yeah.
Yep, I am.
Okay. Very
Yep.
good. 5, 3 plays behind. Okay. 5, 1.
Cover the blot, or I think, or else you go 8-3 and 2-1 or something.
8, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
If you're gonna do that, this might be better.
What about just moving the 7 to 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something simple like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may create a bad 6-1 next, but maybe not.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
This one. Okay.
Mm.
6, 3. Okay. 4, 1.
Well, we got to clear the one, close the one.
4, and then the 1 like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Now 6, 1. Okay. So here's the shot. There's 1s and 6, 4. 6, 2. At least we got the 6.
6-4. Oh. Well, I don't fancy leaving a shot, do you?
Yeah, my thought process is we're gonna have to leave the 6 from one of these. So would you rather play the 6 from here or the 6 from here?
I would rather certainly keep my anchor on the 22. I'd certainly play
Okay.
the
So
from the
that's the
30.
6. Now we have to think about the 2.
Oh,
I
I'd
mean, I
come
think
close
we've got
to the
them.
left.
We can't leave the blot on the 13 point, right? At this point. So I think this has got to be our move. We'll have a good chance of closing the board, I think.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, would you do that, Alex?
Yeah, I guess it's like, okay, if you're red and you roll a 6, 1, are you gonna hit? No. What about a 5, 1? I don't think I'd hit with a 5, 1. Or maybe you do. I mean, the gammons are not that worth it. 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. No, I wouldn't hit. So I mean, it doesn't really gain you much. So 2 down.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, 3. Now 5, 4. So cover with
Close the
4,
board.
and then the 5 in, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2 clears. 4, 3.
I think we got to come out. Yeah.
When I think about these positions, I think about, do I want to break the board?
No.
No. Okay, so that makes it easy.
What about you, Diego?
Yeah, I think let's come out.
Yeah.
I think we break the board. We don't use any chance of winning.
So double 4.
We probably
That
shuffle
is
this.
16 pips. I mean, We could do like stay back and 1, 2, 3, 4. But what's going to leave a shot next? Nothing. The other thing you could do like 1, 2, 3, 4 and get okay a little bit better chances in the race now.
Yeah, I think what we're I think we were too far down maybe to do this move. Let's see, this is going to put us 12 pips behind.
Well, 12
I
pips is
wonder if they're gonna, yeah.
Should
I
we
wonder
do
if we're
it?
gonna get doubled here right after this move.
Well, we can. It's because of the Crawford game.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that's right. Okay, Crawford game, good.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I like leaving a checker back.
So how's that play then? So we go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have to go next go.
Well, let's look at the rolls here. Like if there are any bad rolls, because we're gonna crack on the next roll.
That's right.
Most
And I
likely
think
here.
we're
So
probably better off to save
right.
if you want to. Well, he's not going to hit us because he's got a block on the 1.
Yeah, I mean we could run and hope that we get a double somewhere in there
Go on then. Let's do that. Let's do that.
okay.
I
Okay.
quite like.
Let's
run.
So this is the way I think about these kinds of things. There are 4 primary ways to win in backgammon without using the doubling cube. The first and simplest is with the race. The second is priming. The third is blitzing or attacking. And the fourth is some sort of contact like an anchor or something like that. So the race, I mean, we're kind of buried in the race no matter what. We're not doing any sort of priming. We're not doing any sort of blitzing. And this holding game is not going to really hold because we're going to have to move. So the only chance we have is to roll good in the race. So like let's say we do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we roll like a double 6 or a double 5 next. Okay, we bear off 2 checkers. But if we do this, and now we roll a double 6 or a double 5, it's not quite as good. So this is the way to make your racing rolls play better.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for. I think we race.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still an underdog, of course. Now 2-1
Yeah.
is not
A
good.
long shot.
Like that.
Fine.
Yep.
Yeah, these are not the balls we were looking for.
3, 4, you gotta play like that. 5-1. 6-1.
Yeah.
That's gin. Okay.
I feel like Gerald, we were behind from like jump street there.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were.
All right. So now it's post-Crawford, so we'll be doubled. Now 5-3.
I bet the 3 points. Or
What about hitting from the midpoint to
go
hitting?
on then. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Is
Yeah.
red gonna double next?
Yeah.
Are you gonna take after this?
Yes.
You'll take after this?
Yeah.
It's early in the game, isn't it?
Okay. We'll see.
Are you doubling? Oh yeah, okay.
Red is doubling.
Okay.
So the question here is if you pass, it's going to be DMP. So it'll be 50-50, right? At DMP. So here are your winning chances greater than or less than 50% in this position?
Well, probably less actually.
I would say less. Yes. It's probably like 45% at this point.
So then you're better off passing.
Yep. I would say based on your logic, Alex, yes.
I just did a video on the free drop, and this is a free drop. but it's on the third roll, I guess. I looked at him on the second roll, but I think this was a drop too. Okay. Okay, that was correct. So
Hey,
now
sorry, just to go back to that, Alex. So really, we shouldn't have hit.
I think it wouldn't have mattered anyway. It would have been a pass the other way too. We'll look at it in the analysis though.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, now 6-1. So that's
Yeah.
straightforward. Okay.
Yeah.
3-1. See, not afraid to slot at this score. Okay, so 6-3.
Splitting down. 13-7, 24-20.
Splitting down. There's
Uh,
also splitting
I
down
see
like
you're
this.
13-7. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the splitting to the 18 point against that many. I mean, that's like 27 out of 36 rolls at least that we get hit there.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of for the other one, 13-7 and 24-21.
I think the question is, hitting the on 3 point just maybe too extended.
Yeah. Well, he's
I don't
already
like the
going.
I don't like the look of that.
No, nor do I.
Would you consider something like this, running all the way, duplicating the 1s and 3s that hit here and cover here, given that we're up by 11 in the brace?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot. I mean, he could.
I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If we get hit, we can just maybe come in with an anchor if we get lucky there on that roll. Okay, all right, Alex, we're sold.
You like it? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing about DMP or double match point, the important things to remember are there's no doubling cube, so you don't need to worry about being doubled or doubling. Gammon wins and losses and backgammon wins and losses do not count. And one of the things that you really have to remember is the game must be played to its conclusion because there is no doubling cube. And ultimately, backgammon is a race. Therefore, racing plays become much more important at DMP as compared to other scores. So, okay, 5-3 hit and cover. Okay, 5-3 will come in, and then the 5 can't play there. So from here, unless you'd
Yep.
like to hit somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Double 5.
Wow.
4-3. Okay, going for the blitz. 6-1. 6-1 again. Okay, so shifts trying to blitz. At least these are not difficult decisions. Okay, look at that. Shifted.
Good Lord.
All right, that looks like it's it. All right, now we'll analyze it. Okay, very good. Well played. We'll go through the positions here. The 5-2. Okay, so we're looking at yellow. So the 2-1. Yeah, this was the one. You got the right answer. We kind of discussed this one. And then the double 1 was, it looks like the top plays were close, but no matter what, you want to make the 5 point. Yeah.
I was playing a 0 PR until Gerald got here. Just for the record, okay?
It does happen. It does happen.
No, wait a minute. We'll get to some points. Gerald came in the second game. Okay, now the double 2. This was great. You come in and make the 4-point on head. And here, yeah, here was when we were looking at possibly doubling, but here was not a double. Okay, but we did roll something good. We could actually see, maybe we can look at the dice distribution here. See, double 3 was actually a reasonable roll, but not the best. So the double 3 we
And
made.
you could have pointed on the 4-point, couldn't you? With your double 2.
Well, that's what we did with the double 2.
Oh, you double 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the double 3 makes the bar point. Okay, and now this was a double, and it was almost a pass. I think having this ace point is really bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And the 6-5, yeah, this is the one you just kept the pressure on. And the 3-1. Wow, look at this. It did like making the anchor.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah.
I guess the thing about this anchor is it results in this position, so you can actually come out with sixes as opposed to being on the 23 point.
Yep.
And you're not exposing a lot of blots. I guess when you do this, double 4 becomes very powerful.
Yep. Too many
Yeah,
blots.
that was an interesting one. Okay. And then the 4-3. Wow, look at that. It did like this one, Gerald.
Okay.
It's going to win a
What
lot
did
more
we
gammons.
play in the end? We played what did we play in the end?
5 point something.
No, what move did we play? Did we play
Oh,
that?
we played a 10-6, which is a
Yeah,
small error.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So then the
Mm.
5-1. These were close. It didn't really matter. Oh, look at this.
Oh, this is Alex's fault.
This is my
100%.
I told you sometimes I'm wrong, but it certainly does win gammons, but at the cost of a lot of games.
Okay.
See, my wife agrees with me when I say sometimes I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
Alex broke his rule because what happened is we didn't actually consult with him. He volunteered this move to us. Okay.
But I
Yeah.
wonder if, like, say it were a different score, say, like, let's say you adjust the score and let's say it's a 5 point match and you're ahead 1-0. Now these gammons are valuable, but still. Okay, so what about 4 away, 2 away? Now it gets closer. But even a gammon go, let's see, like, yeah, here it becomes the right play. It's just at the cost of losing so many games. Maybe if we had another one here. Nope, still. What if this were like here? There you go. So since those back checkers, we still have work to do. We couldn't afford to do this, but now if they're around, you can afford to go for the aggressive play with the
Yep.
builders out here. Okay, so you can blame that one on me. And the 5-4. Oh, okay. It did slightly prefer this one because it
Oh,
keeps this outfield presence and keeps us back a little bit. But it certainly did not want to do this one, bringing 2 down. So that's a good thing to know. Okay,
Mm.
very good. And then here, yeah, you were right, Gerald.
Mhm.
6-1 playing there. And then the 6-3, this is when you bring 2 down. Very good. And the 5-4, like we discussed, bring the builder and then bring that out. And it turns out slotting it was close. Okay. And the 5-4 closed the board. And then what else was there? The 5-4 was here. Yeah. 15-6 was a little bit awkward. And this one was there. Yeah, so you just want to play safe. And the 5-4 was what we discussed. This 10-6-7-2 resulted in this position, the odd even. One of the things you can do is look at the dice distribution. So you highlight these, you right click and go to dice distribution.
good to
So
know.
you see these two. What I like to do is I first click on the icon with the most red bars, and that gives the highest level of analysis. Then I like to double click to make it a 2D graph. And here you want to think about your second rolls. So these are the second rolls. So you see when you're odd even, look at these rolls that we discussed. Double 5, 6-4, 6-5 are bad. whereas here it's only double six and double five, but they're not quite as bad. So going back to the final position, so like you look at this, and here it's just a double six and double five. 6-5 is okay, but over here, double six and double five are bad, but 6-5 is not good here, and 6-4 as well. Yeah. Okay. Then the 3-2 was just one off, and the 4-1. Yeah, this is what we were talking about. You just look about like if you do this, this gap that it creates is going to be problematic, and you could do the same sort of exercise. And then the double six was good, except it left a blot, weren't hit, and unfortunately it didn't get the gammon here. So went to the second game. So the 6-4 was there, and the 5-4 correctly split. And then this was a nice find. It did slightly prefer actually the conservative play of coming in and just bringing another one down. This was close. And then this one, as we discussed, if you anchor on the 3, you don't have a good ace. So this was the idea. And here, look at this. This play will win almost 6% more games. It will lose a lot more gammons, but gammon losses don't matter. So certainly you didn't want to hit here, which results in this position. This will give him a double direct shot, but here puts him on the bar. I guess it makes certain rolls pretty bad, like double six, double five, 6-5, which would have been pretty good here. Yeah, that's interesting. And then the 6-1. Look at this. Again, the same idea. It didn't mind hitting here. There's some awkward rolls. Like say you make this play, and then he has like awkward sixes from the bar, like 6-3 and 6-2 are a little bit awkward because they break this point and expose another blot.
Yeah. I feel like, Gerald, we played a little too passively in this second game. And I think it hurt us a little bit in some of these moves.
It has to do with the score. So let's say we change the score here, and now we make a gammon go. So now gammons are costly.
Okay.
Yeah, here you make the same play. Here you don't want to hit. It's not even on the top. Here hitting is a blunder. And then even like on the previous play, like this one, if you change the score to gammon save, so now it's well 1 away, 2 away, but I'll show the absolute. It's 2-1. Now you want to anchor. Hitting becomes a blunder.
So the closer you are, the safer you play.
Not necessarily. It just has to do with the gammon. So here, obviously, if you're going to anchor, that's going to save a lot of gammons, right?
Right.
But how costly is losing a gammon here? Well, it's 2-0, and it's the Crawford game. So if you lose a gammon, it's going to be 2-2 for double match point, right? If you don't lose a gammon, you'll be 2-1, but it'll be post-Crawford, so they'll double immediately anyway. So
it doesn't matter.
There's a minimal cost to losing a gammon. Therefore, you can make the aggressive play. So it's called like it's not true gammon go or gammon save, but it's a gammon save, or it's actually technically more like a DMP like play. You go with the play that wins the most games because gammon losses are not costly.
Okay. That's a great point. Yeah.
Okay, so that's match strategy. And then the 6-5 was straightforward. Actually, the top plays were all very close. And then the 4-3, it looked like it slightly preferred 8-1, making the board immediately, but these were all very close. Let's see what else. The 6-1, that was good. And the 5-1, these were all close. Doesn't really matter. And the 4-1, there was nothing better than to just make the ace point. And the 6-2, look at that. It did prefer this.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's a tough one. We'll have to look at in further detail maybe later. Okay, then the 5-4 makes the board. Not a lot of decisions here. This was the idea, yeah. I think had we played the other play and stayed, it would have been a big error. Like this.
So running was the right idea, was it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we discussed it. You know, the only way we can win in the race is like this, and it just increases our racing chances. Unfortunately, it didn't roll well. So that was it for that game. And then double three, the third game. So this was the post-Crawford game. So this one, you see this one, it was a pass anyway. So it didn't matter.
Mhm.
So here, as we saw here, the winning chances are 47%. So because you have a free drop, you can just go to the next game and go to 50-50.
Yeah. Can you go back to your opening 4-3? Because I've rarely seen that as an opening move, moving up to 20 and 21. I've seen 2 down to the 9 and 10, and I've seen the split and down, but moving 2 up is I've not seen that played actually.
The idea is, you know, you're going to double immediately. So you want to see like you want to make the best play that gives you the best chance if you're taken. Or the least take, or it's harder to take. So like, for example, when you do this, no matter what, it's a pass.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I like
here
it. Yeah.
it's a 47%, 47.5%. It would be a tremendous blunder to take this one.
Yeah. And was that opening 4-3 the bot's choice as well?
It is, but they're very close. They're all very close.
Yeah. Oh, they are. Yeah.
I was playing a match a couple weeks ago, and the guy I was playing against did all of the opening moves like that. You know, like they're 3-2. They just moved them up with their back
You are.
checkers up. They do that, and I tell you, it created some strange positions and decisions for me that I wasn't accustomed to. Um,
Yep.
so it really can throw your opponent off their game a little bit, trying to figure out how to
So
attack that.
it's called the Middle Eastern split because
Uh-huh.
it's seen like that. So like the 5-3 we discussed, but let's say this is not a match or a money game. Let's say you roll a 2-1. How would you play a 2-1 here?
As yellow.
As yellow. So let's do a money game and make it a 2-1. How do you play 2-1 here?
Well, yeah. I mean, classically, I suppose I'd go 13, 11, 6, 5 hit. But I suppose the Brave comes in at 6-5, 6-4.
Well,
That's what
Go
I'm
with the
thinking too.
Grandmasters
Is
with it.
hit them both because
yeah, that's the double tiger play. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, double tiger, leaving 2 blocks.
Yeah, that's the right play. And I actually wrote an entire poem about this called The
Oh
Double Tiger. Have you heard it?
no, let's hear it.
Would you like to hear it?
I
It's kind of
would.
like
Yeah.
a parody of some of the people that play and make comments on the forum. So let me think. Yeah, so this is the poem. Do not listen to the geese nor their little goslings. Though they walk on 2 feet, they haven't an inkling. For they swim with the swans and lay eggs like wild chickens. Like horses, they yawn and they play with the pigeons. Like lemmings, they follow a silly bot. They think that it's strong, but really it's not. Uh, the what's the next part? We all know the dice that it uses are rigged. If you do not see that, you're likely a twig. Some people believe they're as good as me as we swim together under the sea. Um, but although they may think that, that's only a wish, because I ride the shark and they are the fish. Now the answer is clear as the day is long. Uh, do, don't purr like a kitten, like a lion, be strong. Double tiger is right here. Although you may wonder, anything else is simply a blunder. The
Yeah.
hyenas will laugh and give you a look until they miss their money you took. Don't be a sheep, make plays like you by yourself. Only a donkey'd play anything else.
Wow.
So that's the poem about the double tiger. You have to do this. It's also the same. Well, with 4-3, no, but like uh, mm, 3-2, 3-2 is the same. 3-2, you're supposed to hit twice. So
Okay.
some people say, okay, well, this does not occur because people don't make the right play. This is not the correct play. Okay, so if you played a 5-1 like this, and now red has a 4-3 to play, the correct play for money is 2 up. Like this.
You just turn off the living room light when you leave. Thank you.
For red, the correct play is 2 up like this, resulting in this position. And now, after this play, you can have the same kind of thing. You just change it. Like with the 4-3, you can hit twice or anchor. With the 3-2, you can hit twice or anchor. And with the 2-1, you can hit twice or anchor. So this is an interesting puzzle for later, but we've discussed this on the forums before. All right, so anyway, that was that one. So we'll go to the fourth and final game. Double match point. The 6-1 was straightforward to make that bar point. And the 6-3, okay. So it did look at that. It liked splitting out and hitting. One that I don't think we even considered, right?
Not for
No.
very long, at least. But we did talk about it.
I think the hitting play we discussed was coming down and hit, no? Or did
No.
we discuss the other one too?
Yeah. No, actually, I just didn't like the split to the bar at all, just because of how many shots that was giving.
It's the DMP play. I wonder if for money, what would it be? So let's look at it for an unlimited game.
I do have a lot of blunders when I don't hit loose checkers in my home board.
Here, yeah, here it still likes it for money.
Yeah.
Okay, you just hit, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so then the 5-3. So it was coming with the 3, of course, and then the 5 was down, and the 4-3 was forced. Let's see what else we had.
We got mullet.
Yeah, nothing we could do here. So that was the match, but outstanding play, expert level, fantastic. I'll stop that. So that was an interesting match. A lot of interesting choices and things to learn. What are your thoughts of the match overall? Let's start with Diego at the top, please.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought there was some interesting decisions there. I don't normally play the doubles consultation, so I enjoyed the back and forth with Gerald. Like I said, I feel like that second game maybe we played a little too passively, right? I was complaining about not having another blot or a checker behind our I guess deep anchor there, that 3-point anchor. But yeah, I mean, I guess this is why I'm a intermediate player, because we scored pretty well here, but I don't know. I enjoyed myself, I guess, in short here. It was fun.
Very good, thank you. And what about you, Gerald? I know you joined us in the middle, but still, we had a lot of fun. What are your thoughts on the match overall?
No, I enjoyed it, and I enjoy your insights into it, and especially with jumping to make the 6 prime without thinking that there might be a better move. Yeah, it's a fascinating game, and pulls your hair out. But I do think you must hit the opponent's blot in your home board. I think if you don't hit it, you get punished badly, time and time again. And it's so often I don't do it. But I've got a tournament coming up next week. Next Sunday, week Sunday. So I better sharpen my pencil.
That's
I'll let you
good.
know how I go.
It's a good learning opportunity. The other thing you learn
Thank
is,
you.
is
Yeah,
the other,
appreciate
yeah,
it.
my,
Yeah.
the other thing to learn is don't listen to me.
I'm learning that.
We
Uh,
should do like Chouette style, where the cube has to be turned to activate Alex.
to activate the consulting, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like this format is actually really nice. I've done it a few times before when we have multiple people playing, and the consulting aspect is very interesting and very educational. And like afterwards, you can look at the analysis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to draw upon all of this knowledge, right? Like I've heard Mitch Ito talk about the double tiger. What do you do with the butterfly anchor? It's like you're trying to sift through your library of heuristics and rules of thumb real time, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Yeah. Okay, well,
Well,
wonderful. This is great. I know we have a whole group of people that we'll be able to do these videos with. So looking forward to more of those. Do you have any final comments before we conclude the video? Let's start with Gerald this time, please.
No, except one of my mentors in backgammon is Grandmaster Gaz Owen from the Bristol Club, and one of his memes is play bold or go home. And I tend to take that probably too far sometimes.
Very good. Any
Yeah.
final comments from you, Diego?
Just that I enjoyed this very much. I appreciate, Alex, that all the work that you're doing around promoting backgammon
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
YouTube, and I'm looking forward to facing Gerald, like
Oh,
another human,
yeah.
and having I would imagine, a tough battle. He's a good
That'd
player.
be good.
So,
Be good.
yep.
Yeah, we can certainly do that in the future. Thank you very much to both of you. We'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what you'd like to see in future videos, and I'll work on it. If you love backgammon, you can become a member of this channel, giving you exclusive access to the most popular videos. Again, my book, Backgammon Strategies, is available. It's a link in the description where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is also in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and until then, keep rolling your dice.